Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, and welcome to the monthly channeling for the collective. I'm super happy to be here. My name is Allison Holly, and I am a channel and an awakening guide. And each month I go live here on my channel the first Sunday of every month. And this is really kind of a coaching hour where I channel and offer guidance around any of your questions. And I almost started a little bit late today because I have a whole list of announcements that I was like, oh no, I need to I need to get myself together with that. But if you are here and you're watching the replay, I want to let you know that I have the timestamps in the description box. Also, all of the announcements, the links to those are in the description box. So feel free. I'm going to say hi to the community. Then I'm going to give some announcements, and then we're going to go into Q&A. So, all right. Hi, Cordula. Hi, Zabelia. Okay, I'm not going to try with that one from Brisbane. Hi, Courtney. Thank you for being here and helping. Hi, Sarah. Yay. I'm so happy you're here too. I feel like I haven't heard from you as much in the community. I know you're going through stuff. Hi, Fleur. Hi, Chris. Your video is still downloading. Let's see. Oh, hi, Life Chantress. Hello, hello. All right, my loves. How's everybody doing? I would love to hear you, hear from you. And I'm going to share all of these announcements. I have a lot going on in February that I wanted to share with all of you. Hello, Adam. All right. From Arizona. Cool. Or warm. Y'all, I'm moving back to Florida. T-1 month. Woo woo. Okay. Warmth. Hello, hello, Erin. Hi. Oh, super, super happy to have all of you here. Okay. Let me know in the comments here. Let me know how you're doing. Also, I'm going to share with you how this works. So for the full hour, I'm going to dive into whatever questions you have. And my lovely assistant, Courtney, is going to be texting them to me. So I'm going to be reading them off of my phone because the chat really gets going. So she's going to grab them out of there. The way that she can best see what your questions are is if you type Q at the beginning of it. So if you would like, you can start typing your questions right now. And just make sure if it's not, a general comment, if it's a question, type Q at the beginning of it. I do ask that each of you only ask one question during this time because, as you can see, the chat's already going and likely we'll have a lot of questions. So, all right, go ahead and type Q at the beginning of it, and I'll start diving into them. And thank you, Courtney, ahead of time. All right, announcement number 1. I think I have, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do y'all remember when I used to do the count? And I used to say, question 1, I think I need to get back to that. I need to get back into some play. Personal note, I've been living in it's almost like a monastic sort of existence the past several months. It's been very, very, very good and helpful for me. Hours a day, I've been able to meditate, spend time with myself. That being said, I am emerging from that. And I've noticed I've been almost, in that deep stillness of winter. So coming out of that, how are the rest of you doing in this? Some of you are in winter, some of you are not. All right. So first announcement, True Creator Summer Camp. How many of you have heard of this? Just hit like if you have, or if you've attended. So this coming year is going to be our 4th annual True Creator Summer Camp. This is when we get together in the woods, in Arkansas. We're doing it in Arkansas again this year because we have this huge facility that's usually for, You know what I just realized? Can you guys hear me? How was the sound? And is it any better now? Because I wonder if my mic was just not on. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. How's the sound? Yes, better. Oh my goodness. You guys. And happy full moon. I'm a professional, I promise. All right. True Creator Summer Camp. Let's start at the top. So True Creator Summer Camp, we're going to be gathering in Arkansas in the summer, June 11th through 15th. So this is our 4th annual summer camp. It gets better and better every year, I'm telling you guys, and it was good from the start. But we have this amazing facility. This year we can have, I believe we can actually have more than 60 people, but we can have 60 people in the cabins. So we've got beds for 60 people this year. Actually more, because they have some Airbnbs on site too. It is an incredible event. It is going to be very full this year. And we have early bird on sale right now. I don't know when early bird ends. I think it might be the end of March. So you have a little bit of time, but if you want to come, I fully recommend jumping in right now. We have payment plans available so that you can kind of, prepare for this long term. But True Creator Summer Camp is, let's see, what do we dive into? Star Family Contact. We have Star Family Contact every night. We have, God, so many things. Learning to channel, telekinesis class, telepathy classes, play. We go out to the river and play. It's truly an amazing event. I have extended it. So this year it's 5 days, 4 nights, but I didn't raise the price. It's the same price, you guys. And it's on early bird right now. So definitely jump into that. Okay. I have extended my one-on-one coaching sale to February 17th. What I noticed is, in terms of the collective energies, and specifically my energies, I've been diving into some of the real boots on the ground stuff in terms of where I've been extending my focus. And it has been very, very intense and dense. I'm pulling out of that now. I have the coolest series of videos that I'm going to start sharing with you this week about New Earth. It makes me so excited. But it has been, especially here in the US, it's been pretty intense. And so I wanted to extend my one-on-one coaching sale for now, as the energies start to open up. And maybe some of you have been kind of still sitting in that place of, I'm not sure which direction to go. And as you start opening up, you may want to work with me one-on-one, and I would love to work with you. So the coaching sale is extended till February 17th. That's when we go into the year of the fire horse. Really such good energy this year. I know it sounds crazy, but such good energy this year. I like to move fast. I don't know about all of you. I think it's a starseed thing. Maybe it's just a sign of the times, but I kind of feel like as soon as I think of something, it's already done, and maybe it should have been done yesterday. So the energy for this year is definitely my speed. And what I've noticed is when we really need to get in our lane. I'm going to be sharing more about this, but align with where you're going, because manifestation is so quick. It's always instant, right? But the way that it's going to be presenting in our reality, it will almost be like a plant medicine ceremony, because it will be in the moment, right? And we want to align with what we actually want. That's what we want to do. Oh, I'm going to read these in a minute. Yay, summer camp. Happy full moon. I'm seeing a lot of happy full moon. Yay. I want all of you at summer camp, because that's also my my chance to meet you in person. So that feels really good. All right. Speaking of in person, I also have an in-person event with my friend Amber Lee in Boulder, Colorado for Valentine's Day. As many of you know, this is my favorite holiday, even though it's completely, what do they call it? Store-bought. It's totally manufactured. In fact, the origins of it are ridiculous. I am aware, but a holiday about love is really fun to me. Any of you know I'm like kind of a matchmaker. I love couples coaching, all of it. So, um, sexuality coaching. So, this event in Boulder, Colorado is going to be on the morning of February 14th. It is a cacao ceremony and channeling, and the topic is aligning with higher love. Again, this alignment is very important, aligning with what we truly are in our highest frequency. So, if you are near Boulder, if you're in Colorado, I definitely recommend coming to this. It's going to be when I work with Amber, we just have such a good um, alignment together. And she is so powerful with holding space, particularly for medicine ceremonies and things like that. So she's going to be doing the cacao portion of it. Um, and I'll be doing the channeling. All right. Okay. I feel a little bit like motor mouth right now. I have an event in my private community. It is by donation, so it's open to everyone. You can donate just $1 or whatever amount feels comfortable for you. And this is going to be for the year of the fire horse. This is going to be on February 17th in my private community, an activation. I was really called to help us all just really anchor into these energies. Something significant that I'm picking up with the year of the fire horse specifically is that we've got to be grounded. We're really moving out of this experience of spirituality being very dreamy, and we're moving into this super anchored creation mode where we're no longer needing to ignore the physical reality in order to live in the higher dimensions. In fact, having both of those really woven together and being able to operate in both so that we're not under any illusion, so that we're really powerful creators. Anyway, all of that's going to be part of the year of the fire horse activation. All right, you guys can see I have a lot of announcements. Thank you for sticking with me on this. Yes, yes, yes. And the cool thing is, with my private community, um, you can join from anywhere in the world. Okay, so I try to make it at a time that's most accessible to the most people, and I recognize that that's not always possible. But in my private community, which it's free to join. It's an amazing place. All these amazing people that you're talking to right now, a lot of them are in there. Um, it's a great group. It really is. And it's free to join. If you just want community, jump in. Okay. I have 2 more announcements. I'm going to be real fast. I'm an 80s baby. Do you guys remember those commercials where um, he would do, it was like the Matchbox car commercials, and he would talk super fast? Sometimes I get on here and I feel like that. Oh, whose birthday? Alvaro. I'm not seeing it. Okay, there we go. My birthday is this month. It threw your brain. All right. So, happy birthday, by the way. Okay. This is a cool announcement. They're all cool announcements, but this one's fun. You guys, I'm doing something crazy. So, I am moving to Florida, and I'm doing it in the light way, meaning I am going to let go of most of my things and just move there in my tiny little car. Okay. So I have books, I have boxes of books. My book, The Era of the True Creator, Ecstatic Playground, and my Learn to Channel workbook. are all on sale for 50% off until they're gone or until the end of the month. Okay? So if you would like to receive one, or you know, it would be awesome because I actually, if you just order one book, I think I break even because I still have to do shipping, and I know shipping's included, but shipping's more than what I have listed. If you want to get several copies, that would actually be the best. That would be the best for me. I'm just putting in my request. But of course, if you just want one copy, I'm going to send it to you. Okay. 50% off this month, you guys. So feel free to load up. Okay. I have one more announcement. And then I'm sure y'all have some really great questions for me. And I'm going to center myself a bit more before I go into channeling and coaching for that, because I'm a little amped up. But that's good, right? We want to play with life. We don't want to be too serious. So I am going to start going live on Mondays here on YouTube very regularly. So the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to, and it's not going to be Q&A, but I'm going to be going live on Mondays and providing an energy update. And then immediately following that, I will be going live privately here on YouTube. So if you're part of the YouTube membership, then you can join the private live stream, and that's where I'll be answering questions specifically about the energy updates that I'm offering. Okay, so 6 announcements. Y'all made it with me. So yeah, I'm going to be going live here to offer an energy update once a week, just to keep us moving, keep it rolling, keep us grounded, keep us understanding what's happening, navigating it with empowerment and with, sovereignty. And then I'm also going to be, I wanted to go on a tangent there. I'm also going to be going live privately on my membership right after. And that's where, if you'd like, I'm going to be kind of offering an extension of the energy update. So if you want to kind of dive into that, join the membership. Okay. All right, my loves. Lovely to see you. Oh, I wish. Tu eres lo que buscas. Can you tell me what that means? I love it. All right, my incredible, beloved creators, I'm going to really center myself. I'm going to dive into your questions. It is my heart's desire to dedicate my life to anchoring in the codes of heaven on earth. And part of that is showing up in service to all of you. And so I'm just stating my intention with full awareness that I'm here to show up for you, and very, very happy to be someone that you honor as a guide in this process. And also through this process, continuing to anchor into your own sovereignty, because all of us are masters, all of us. All right. And I love being in service. Let's dive in. I love this first question. Hasn't the world just been cray, cray, cray? And I know I laugh about it. But let's dive into this first question, okay? I can't help but laugh about it because it's so true. In December, you mentioned that there will be a reprieve soon. Did I miss the love boat and get on the crazy train? Okay. So me, I like the way you wrote that, Stephen. Okay, so what I'm being guided to share with you is that the external reprieve is already happening, and the internal reprieve happens the moment that you anchor into your eternal nature. Okay, now there will be an external reprieve coming soon. But this year is really going to go in waves. And the external reprieve is not always what we think of. Okay, so I'm going to explain what the current reprieve is that we're experiencing. On a personal note, I just a few weeks ago channeled that information would come out about, and I don't want to get too much into politics, but like I said, I kind of went deep into it. Let me see how I'm supposed to present this. Yeah, okay, they're telling me it's fine. I channeled that, there's a lot of craziness right now. There's a lot of intensity. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot. And when I looked at it, this was just a couple weeks ago, I saw that there would be a reprieve based on information coming out about the president's involvement in the cabal and and a lot of people are being shown to be part of that. I'm going to tell you there's a lot more coming, and I don't recommend looking at it. I have stopped looking at it. I get sick when I look that direction now. I don't want to contribute my energy at all. Okay, so that being said, I felt a tremendous amount of reprieve. I felt this weight lifted off of me when I was shown that manifest in the physical. When I saw this information starting to come out, I felt relieved. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I actually celebrated. The reason that I did is because, my loves, this has been going on underground for a very long time. For a very long time. I'm not even going to give a timeline, for a very long time. And it has been amplifying, and it's been very dark. So for me to see that it's all coming out, and a lot more, it's an excavation process. Think about collective shadow work. It doesn't happen by just kind of saying, oh, okay, we're done. If you've done shadow work, you know that sometimes it feels like your whole body is vibrating and excavating the deepest, densest parts of you. I remember right after my awakening, it was so beautiful. I had an energy work session by someone. It was so serendipitous. And she started playing a drum. And just her playing a drum, this massive gunk came out of me, not on a physical level, but I could feel it. And all this fear came out, and oh my God, it was so intense. Collectively, that's what we're experiencing. But just like the example when I was channeling before about, when I said all this stuff was going to be coming out, I also said it's kind of like a collective pimple. I know that's kind of gross, but like a collective pimple popping, right? And I know this is a gross analogy. It's all gross right now. But the relief from all that pressure finally coming out into the open. God, what a gross analogy. But I mean, it's gross, y'all. It's the densest layers of our collective human reality coming up to the surface to be transmuted, to clear, to be available as new. Oh, thank you so much, Jessie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. To clear and to be available as pure energy again. It's been held. It's been held, and we're relieving it. So I'm going to read this question one more time. So I just gave that example of my own feelings of reprieve. It's sort of like, okay, it's out in the open. It doesn't mean that it's clear. It's not going to be cleared from the earth for a while. You may have heard in one of my previous videos, the cleanup process is intense. The cleanup process is going to take, it looks to me like 40 or 50 years. Now, of course, time is super malleable. It's getting even more malleable as we as we continue in this process, because it's more malleable where our consciousness exists. It's moving into higher realms. But just because it's now out in the open, there's a relief, but it doesn't mean that it's done, right? We have to build the new processes. Okay. Did I miss the love boat again on the crazy train? Let me recenter into this question. You did not miss it. Let yourself be relieved by witnessing how rapidly things are changing, how rapidly information is coming out. And this is personal information, right? This is with your own personal story, your own personal experience. This is individual and collective. Remember that the relief is from the pressure being relieved and not necessarily from it looking totally different. It looks different when we build it differently. And that's what all of you are here for. That's what I'm here for. And that's why I'm so excited to share my new video series about New Earth. Very excited. All right, next question. Can you provide, this is Kikika. I love that. Can you provide information about uncertainty tolerance training, especially in relation to getting to a place where we can really live from our heart's desires? Yeah. Good. I love this. I can feel the depth of this question. Groundedness, inner safety, because again, it's not going to come from the world out there. That's how we kind of got ourselves into this. We shared, we moved our central power to external forces. So we said, okay, politicians, you're in charge of making me feel safe. Or money system, you're in charge of making me feel safe. Healthcare, communities, parents, lover. We've said, all of you are in charge of making me feel safe. And then when all of that changes, or anything happens really, because they never had it in the first place, but now we're seeing that that's been an illusion, that we're not meant to live that way, that we're here to be gods and create. So the way that we do that, uncertainty tolerance training, because it's always been uncertain, we're just becoming aware of it. It's always been uncertain. It's never been up to anybody else, ever. It's always been us. And so how do we come into that? I love that I just share all the most personal information with all of you. Here we go, my life displayed on the internet. I spent the past, I would say 3 years, intentionally. Now, my whole awakening journey has been about learning how to be grounded. But specifically the past 3 years consciously, I've been navigating sovereignty, how to really be sovereign. I've been navigating my attachment style, right? So looking at this from a really human perspective. I was coming from a deeply anxious place. Anxious attachment is very much externalizing my safety. And I reached a 0 point with that. I would say maybe even just in December. But it really activated last summer or last spring when I went through my my most recent ayahuasca journey, and I was shown really how to receive, how to clear all of those programs of disempowerment from my field multidimensionally. And I will tell you that every external paradigm, all the crap that we're seeing right now, all of the awfulness is based on our not stepping into knowing that we're gods, right? A lot of people then this is going to make sense. It's going to come around. A lot of people are afraid of saying, I am God. A lot of people are afraid of stepping into that because they think that that is going to create some sort of power game over each other. It is the opposite. It's the opposite. Guess what's been creating those power games over each other? It's been not claiming that we're God. It's been not claiming that we are the creators. It's not stepping into that higher field of divinity. It doesn't mean that I'm God from my ego self. It doesn't mean that I have power over anyone else. What we're stepping into now collectively is that we are sovereign. We're sovereign beings, and that's actually how we step into the realms of oneness. So when it comes to uncertainty tolerance training, I really like the way that you put that. I don't know if you picked that up from somewhere else, but that's funny. Anchor into your own eternal nature. Solidly ground. Bring your feet. Oh, hello. You're of the fire horse. I am God. Not scared. That's funny. Anchor in. Know that you are safe because you're eternal, because you have always existed. Your soul was created at some point, of course, just like planets have been created, just like all of us have been created. But your eternal nature, your God state, that's always existed beyond human comprehension. So we get through these fears by anchoring into knowing who we are. I have a feeling that I'm going to be going on this for an hour and a half because I'm not abbreviated today. I love you guys. Something in me kind of needed this today. I needed to gather with all of you. I needed to like dig my hooves in and show up. What can we expect with this upcoming new moon? Dana's world. Dana's world. Dana's world. I mean, I'm feeling the full moon right now. I'm going to tune in a little bit because I don't normally. Here's something interesting. I don't regularly attune to astrology in the standard way. It's more part of the full collective energy that I tune to, if that makes sense. So the planets are dancing, the earth is dancing, the sun is dancing, the humans are dancing, and I read the full field, if that makes sense. So let me tune into the new moon. Heartbeat, collective heartbeat. That's what I feel. Slate wiped clean is what I see. Like fire in our eyes. The knowing that we can create anything, and the play and the desire around sort of being unleashed on the playground. Being unleashed on the playground. Really interesting. So fun. Yeah, I love that. Okay. Ooh. All right. Little rose tea in my $100 bill mug. I'm going to be doing one of my new Earth videos, and I'm going to share it with you soon. One of my new Earth videos is going to be about the new systems of money on the planet, or commerce, finances. I'll tune in and see, but I'm really excited. Chris, what role am I here to play? What am I here to contribute during this transition from old to new Earth? Okay, immediately, probably because I know you so well, I see a bright blue throat chakra, right? So you're activating into that now. And it's important because there are actually, what I'm seeing tuning into your energy is there are a lot of people on the planet who are attuning to this frequency, who are meant to really start sharing their voice. And it is to remember that that throat chakra area is, it's not just speaking. When I look at the throat chakra, and y'all, this is coming from someone who talks a lot. So it includes talking a lot, right? My throat chakra is very activated. It includes sharing, but when I really look at the true nature of the throat chakra, it is it's presence. It's presence. It is, let's see. Of course it's listening as well, but there's a realm of listening. So a lot of times we are the witness, right? Being the witness is uh, the observer, the impartial observer, the very highly present observer. We can also be the witness through the throat chakra. And being the witness through the throat chakra is listening, but it's frequency, right? So just as we witness with our eyes, we witness with our ears, we witness with the throat. And it is, I know this might sound kind of weird, but it's being so highly present that just your presence, if your throat chakra is activated, here's the funny thing that I'm seeing. If your throat chakra is activated, just your presence will change people's perceptions. This is that Obi-Wan Kenobi stuff. It's like, these are not the droids you're looking for. Pure presence. And it's because it's so connected to the heart, right? The throat chakra being just above the heart. It's witnessing from a place of deep compassion how, I mean, truly just being the witness changes the whole field. And it really, not from a place of needing to change it, because when we're witnessing, nothing needs to change. But that's actually how we create the deepest change. The other thing I see is, it's like a presence with a gentleness. There's something very calming. It's very calming about the way that you are here to present and share, to help. Let me know when I can announce. I'll keep it there. Aaron, I've been seeing feathers continually and unusual places. What is the message I'm supposed to be getting? Lightness. Let me just pull into that lane here. Hold on. Lightness. That's the first thing that I feel. Feathers tend to be connected to the angelic realms. And our soul family, maybe beings who have passed away, they do communicate a lot through feathers. The reason is things like feathers and coins. So we have a lot of, in our day-to-day world, we have a lot of attachment to things being real and being solid when they're not. So when we see a feather or we see a coin or we see like number synchronicities, although that's like in its own, because that's tapping into a little something different, but it's a little bit easier for us to imagine that, oh, that feather, that's, like I'm seeing it, but maybe it's always been there. But actually, a lot of times it's just kind of being created from the field to activate us into a greater state of awareness. So in essence, it's sort of like more movable object of physical reality. So it doesn't shock us and it can come into our world without so much resistance from our mind. So for you, I'm also, and speaking of number synchronicities, I'm also seeing 333, 444. Okay. The feathers really look like a sign from your guidance team that you're in the right, that you're going the right direction. And also to be light, it's a reminder that you're cared for, to be light about it. The other thing that you can do is, this is sort of like training. When you see the feather, pause for a moment and listen to what the information is that's coming to you, and trust it. Trust it. Right? So you might think, "Oh, I'm making that up." But if a person comes to mind, or a feeling of love comes to mind, or a gentle, you know, message, whatever it is, start trusting it, because this is meant to, whenever we see signs, they're meant to open us up to being able to read those signs and being able to know our own guidance through ourselves. All right. Dee, dee, dee. Okay. Adam Blom. Okay. Recently, I haven't been practicing with people or even on my own any form of Reiki practice to make it more enjoyable. You want to play more. Plants. Practice with plants. Um, the reason that it's not enjoyable right now is because you're coming from a place, this is what I'm getting for you. You're coming from a place with this of it needing to be right. And I almost feel like even the way that you were trained, or the people that you were associating with, you were doing it in a very, like it needed to be right, or something about it was like a very, it could only be one way. And what you're being open to now is to play with it, to play with it. So Reiki is one deeply, mm, divinely coded avenue of working with energy work. But did you know that there are a lot of ways? In fact, there are codified ways, meaning ways that you could get trained in and certified in to work with energy that are not Reiki. Reiki is a gift and a blessing to us because it opened a lot of us, a lot of humanity all over the world, to energy work, period. But it is not the only form. It is one avenue of working with energy. And even that avenue can open up. All right. So, uh, Sensei, or Master Asui, um, himself is reported to have said, this is meant to become yours. It's not meant to only be one way. It's a frequency that is meant to move through you. It is, and of course the divine symbols and things like that. But my lineage of Reiki, and I don't know how this is in other lineages, but my lineage, we were taught to receive our own divine symbol and then potentially replace all the other symbols and work with that one. So it's really meant to be about empowerment and play, and you're being guided to play with it. So it is a doorway into energy work. It's not meant to be limited. So let yourself play with it. I just listed my telekinesis course that I offered. I just listed that here under the YouTube videos so that you can purchase it and watch it. Just finished that yesterday, editing the video so that the people who were part of the original one, you couldn't see their faces and things like that. But we had a lot of fun in the original one. And if you want to take that class, that could be a really fun extension of Reiki energy for you. So there's lots to play with. All right, y'all, I'm going. How's everybody doing? Thank you, Courtney. You're helping so much. Oh, I love you guys. This is the most incredible community. Yay! I'm glad that that helped. All right. Do, do, do. Tamara. Ooh, I read Tamara Terry music. I'm all about the musicians. I want to spotlight anybody who's creating anything. I like to spotlight you. Are our spirit guides having an easier time communicating with us right now? Will the energies make communicating easier? Okay, immediately what I get when I read that question is it's our own mental matrix that creates any sort of limitation because our spirit guides are always communicating. They're always sort of like they're always standing by. They're always like, I'm here, I'm right here. And physicality. So it's really interesting because time, space, and size all become malleable when we go into just the next dimension up, which is that fourth dimension, right? It's like time, we can sort of, it's like a slinky. I mean, it's multidimensional. And then also size, distance, all of that starts to be like, oh, it's either right here or it's forever apart, whatever we perceive. So essentially, what I'm trying to say here is our guides are always available. The difference with that is that, yeah, I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent and I don't know why, but so imagine that you have someone who has passed on. They're not always immediately available for communication or contact, right? So when I do mediumship, sometimes they are immediately available and sometimes they've got to do a little bit of there's like a progress. And sometimes their soul goes off and starts immediately, enjoying new playgrounds and learning new things. And of course, everything is happening now. So this is part of the human illusion experience, but it's real while we're experiencing it. So that would be the one caveat. Once someone is a soul guide, meaning they've passed on and then they've done what they need to do and then they sometimes come back and they've agreed to be a soul guide for you, then that is always available. I don't know why I went on that tangent, and the truth is from higher frequencies they're always available and none of that is true. Okay, I know it's confusing, or it can be confusing, but it's not confusing to all of you. So we are moving into a time where we are going to be walking amongst our star family here on the planet, meaning the veil will not exist. And it is thinning and it is becoming less and less. There are distraction agendas, right? So, if you've watched my previous videos, I talk about this. I would definitely recommend watching the Star Family sets up a watch point on Mars. I know I get out there, but this is what happened. And on Mars, they discussed on a higher frequency. It was not on the physical plane of existence. They discussed how the unfolding of this next part, essentially the changing of the keys from these dark force agendas back over to liberation, heaven on earth, how that's going to unfold. And in that video, I discussed how there's a big push for, because the game is running out, the really dense game is running out. And so that's why we see so much chaos right now, because there was a big push to harvest our fear, to get our attention, to get our energy, because the game is over. And so they're like, well, fireworks show. So if you are in the mode of that distraction, then it's a little bit harder to get through the mental matrix. And if you are allowing yourself to attune to nature, to trust in your eternal self, to just be present and place your focus on creating, on being God and having fun. What would God do on this planet? Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Then it's going to be easier, and it's not going to look the way that we think that it used to. It's going to be very in the here and now. Okay. I'm going to guess that I went real deep into that because that's serving a lot of you. I don't know if I'm going to get through all these questions, you guys. Let's see. Sarah, thank you for these spaces. I would like to have guidance for this time I'm going through. Thank you so much for the love and guidance. Let me tune in, Sarah. It almost feels like a rumbling in the ground. I've been feeling this a lot. And it feels like what I'm tuning into is a lot of avenues feeling like they're not working. Like you turn this way and it kind of doesn't work. And you turn this way and it like really isn't working. And you turn this way and you're like, why isn't it working? Because your frequency is very high. This is so interesting. Okay. I know you can hear this. Just because it's not working doesn't mean it's not working. So, on a specific level, it's not working, but it is working the way that it is meant to work. So, just because it's not working doesn't mean it's not working. Just because it's not working the way that we're looking at it doesn't mean that it's not working. Everything is working the way that it's meant to work. So, let's get some guidance on that. There's also something about your energy that creates, right now, you're not really meant to build. You're sort of meant to, something about your frequency actually brings things down right now. This might be something that we go into in an individual reading, because I might need to go into depth and it's very personal. But what I'm seeing, let me just get clear about what I'm seeing. It's almost like go full into it not working to come out the other side. Okay. What may help is rewatching the Compassion of Kuan Yin masterclass. It's in the community, by the way. It's available to all of you. It's in the community. It's free. You're welcome to make a donation. When I first presented it, it was donation based, just like the Year of the Fire Horse. And these will always be in the community. Go back and watch that because you're meant to go into the breaking down to move through it. And if you want like a single question channeling or something like that, that might be helpful because I do feel like this is deeper. This is something that we could go into a bit more deeply. All right. Okay. I also need to make sure, has anyone posted Courtney? Nobody's doing multiples. Okay, good. Okay. Hi, Fleur. A lot of dreams and desires that I had when I was younger are coming up for attention to be fulfilled in some way. How best to align to do that in the Fire Horse year? My Chinese element. Oh, I love that. I love that. It's the reminder that you all already that. You are already that. Okay? You are already that. And what can help you is going deep into that. I have a meditation here on my YouTube channel. It's also in the Limitless course, if any of you are part of the Limitless course. This meditation of imagining your desires and then imagining them fulfilled. Go into that and go into your little kid version, right? So when you were little, just remember being that and then see everything. And what was beautiful about many of us when we were little is we didn't have all these ideas about what was possible because we were much closer to the remembrance of who we truly are, where all of everything is possible. And that's closer to the truth, right? Everything is possible. So tune into your childlike essence, your eternal nature. And here's something significant. And I teach this in my manifestation course, Limitless. Here's something significant. When you have a desire, a lot of people, the moment that they get a desire, they start to feel worried. Like, oh, I have a desire. Oh, no, now I've got to figure out how to fulfill it. But actually, what we're meant to do, what serves us the most, is the second that a desire comes up, celebrate that desire, because the only reason a desire is coming up is because it's yours. That's the only reason a desire comes up. You don't have the same desires as the people around you. You can compare notes. You may have some commonalities, but they're not all the same. They're your desires because it's part of your template. So it only activates into your conscious awareness when it's already yours, when it's unfolding, when it is, when the truth of it is starting to anchor into your lived reality. It means at that moment you can start creating it. It's almost like getting an inspiration for a painting. We think of our desires like, oh no, now I've got to go create it. But if you can think of it the same as, oh, I just had a desire to create this one work of art, there may be that little bit of pressure like, oh, how am I going to do it? But if you're a creator, it's more excitement. "Oh, I'm so grateful that I received this inspiration. How am I going to create it? Let me see." Right? It's not how am I going to create it because the world's oppressing me. It's wow, I have all the tools. Maybe I need to go get another paintbrush, but how am I going to create it? And I'm excited about it. Shift it like that. All right. Courtney, anything specific my guides would like to help me see, heal, understand? Oh, understand. Love it. To continue my growth. Oh my God. You know what I heard immediately? I don't play around. I don't play around. It's sort of this like, I mean business. That's funny. Well, at least it's not breath, right, Courtney? Isn't that the answer to every other question you've ever asked? So it's something about I don't play around. Of course, we want to play, but not second guessing yourself. That's what's coming through, not second guessing yourself. Um, Not questioning if it's right for you to want things, not questioning if it's okay for you to take up space. It's all of that. It's all of that. I'm not playing around. It's just like your energy showing up so much more, so much, right? Yeah. Awesome. Hello. Oh, I feel like this chat's been going so much, and I haven't really had a chance to say hi. Dr. Theus, hello. And who else is new here that I haven't said hi to? I don't know. There's a lot of you guys, and I love you all. Oh, Dana, 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 Dana. Listen, Sunstar. What a beautiful name. Universe. Lisa Marquez. I just want to say hi to all of you because there's a lot of new faces here. All right. To Eris Lo que Bocas. My Spanish is obviously like fluent. Would love some guidance on how to perceive when animals are suffering. Does it speak of suffering within me? I would love better understanding on this. So beautiful. Ooh, this is a bit complex because what I'm getting is to remember that none of us are ever truly suffering. And the reason that that needs to come through first is because otherwise, if we are looking for suffering, we are going to be really like, our systems are going to be agitated. We're going to feel a lot of suffering. So remember that this is all a game, and none of us are truly ever suffering. From there, you can perceive suffering and in animals. So say, for example, you've got an animal at home, you've got a pet, and you're wanting to be able to communicate with them and check in with them about how they're doing so that you can keep them happy and be a good caretaker. So that's more what we're talking about here. But I did want to put that out first. None of us are ever truly suffering. It's all a game, because if we are coming from the place of looking for suffering, we'll be inundated. And it's really important that we not do it that way. I would say, I'm just going to put this out there. I have a course called Learn to Channel. If any of you are wanting to, I mean, this spans all of it, animal communication included. If you want to be able to connect with your guides, if you want to be able to connect with, do mediumship, or your animals, your pets, all of this. This is part of the Learn to Channel course. Okay, so now I'm going to dive into this. It depends on the way that you receive. It depends on the way that you receive information. Some people receive information in an empathic way, meaning that yes, you will experience, like, if your dog is saying my leg hurts, then you'll feel it in your foot or your leg. Because animals are, the way that they communicate is so beautiful. It's very simple. It's like communicating with a child. And every animal is different. They all have different personalities, but they communicate in different ways. But it tends to be very simple. So, so the communication from their end is going to be simple. Now, if you receive it empathically, you'll feel it in your body. If you receive it more telepathically, or what we would call that, clairaudient, clairsentient, however you tend to receive predominantly, that's how you're going to receive it. The benefit of working with animals is that it is pretty simple. Oftentimes they'll tell you without too much fluff, right? When I'm channeling for humans, I'm going through all sorts of different layers. When I'm channeling with animals, they're like, "Hi, yeah, my tummy. Oh, it's my liver," you know. Or I had a cat one time communicate with me, a whole body of knowledge. The cat was like, "I'm pre-diabetic, I'm suffering, this is what I need to eat." And I was like, fire hose, okay? And I don't do animal communication much. It's just with the animals that are in my, world. But so yeah, I'll try and summarize it with that. It depends on how you receive information. And with animals, it does tend to be very simple, right? Not a lot of fluff. Even when they're very wise, very like masterful beings, they still tend to communicate pretty simply. Oh, another one. Zoe, how can I support my cat's health with diet, love, communication? Well, we kind of just went over that. I love that. Listen or receive, talk to your cat. Talk to your cat. What do you need? Oh, and you know what? What I'm getting is, a lot of times animals, when you start talking to them, they're so excited. I'm getting this specifically for your cat. When you start really listening to them, they're like so excited. Your cat reminds me of like a like a teenage. She kind of doesn't like that. She's very communicative. Okay. She is it a she? I didn't even read that. Uh Very communicative. Okay. And like really excited to show you what they want. Okay. Let me know if your cat's a girl because I don't know why I said that. Not that it matters. It matters. It matters to some cats. It really does. But okay, I would love to know my role on this planet too. Zabellian fam. My role on this planet. Okay, let me count how many more I've got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Seven more questions. Thank you, Courtney. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get any more. And I'm going to see how many more of these I can do. All right. My role on this planet. I'm going to say Zaby. Zaby. You have a very alien frequency, actually, which is really cool. Hmm. Huh. I'm going to, okay, this might be a little disappointing. I'm going to briefly go into this, but this is something that would be really helpful to go into with a single question channeling or with an one-on-one channeling or coaching. The reason for that is because our role on the planet is vast, and it always starts with it's just our pure frequency. It is our pure frequency. It is to be the frequency. It's sort of like each of us are crystals with different facets. And to be who we're here to be means that we allow the light, our source light, to shine through us and illuminate that crystal in the exact program or patterning that we created for ourselves to be. And so the way that we find what our purpose is just presence and allowing ourselves to be and follow our desires. So that's the basis of it. One thing that I'm picking up on your energy is there's a lot of ET consciousness. There's a lot of star family frequency. In particular, I'm picking up on okay, I'm just going to name a few. And again, it might be something that I have to go deeper into, but I'm picking up on Pleiadian. I'm picking up on Arcturian. Now, with just a cursory glance, the reason that I need to go deeper into this is because there are a lot of star nations that are on the planet right now that are their frequency is working with a lot of us, even if that's not our soul coding, meaning the Pleiadians are working with a lot of people right now, even if you yourself are not a Pleiadian starseed. The same with the Lyrans. The Lyrans are working with a lot. Like I would say the Lyrans are working with the whole planet right now, not even it's just there's a lot. Okay. So to be love. To be love. There's something meant to channel through you. Whatever way you channel, whatever way you receive your divine guidance. And it doesn't mean that you're going to be a channel in this way. It means that opening up to those higher frequencies and allowing that to come through you is a part of your purpose right now. Again, I would recommend going into, she's a girl, Stella. She does love to talk. Yeah, I was wondering, I could pick up on her sweet little personality right away, Zoe. That was cute. Sorry, I got a little distracted. Okay, Zabi, I'm going to call you. I hope that helped. Sharing idea. Which beliefs are currently limiting my growth? The belief that you could have limitations. I know that sounds ridiculous, but the belief that you could have limitations, specifically the cueing into limitations and trying to figure out, oh, hi, Orly. Hello. Trying to figure out what your limitations are what are limiting you. Let me see. Nothing's limiting you. That's the other thing. Nothing's limiting you. It's sometimes I'm going to say it this way. This doesn't necessarily apply specifically to you sharing idea, but this is something that I think is going to help the collective. Sometimes we get caught up in shadow work, and we're not meant to live there, right? Shadow work is a natural, it's 1:11 my time. Shadow work is a natural process that happens as our energy expands, as we ascend with our frequency. So if shadow work is coming up, it's because your soul is expanding into these new dimensional spaces on a conscious level, and whatever needs to get cleared up so that you can exist with more light, that's going to get cleared up. So we do want to allow ourselves to work on it. We don't want to avoid shadow work, but we also don't want to focus on it. We don't want to be like, all right, gonna get up, gonna do some shadow work, gonna punish myself, gonna make sure that I've done all the work so that I can be a good kid. Oh, and it's 1:11 on the clock. Well, of course, because I started at it. Okay, anyway. So we really don't want to get caught up in looking for limiting beliefs. What a helpful question for you to ask would be, what do I want to create? And then from there, you might see that something is stopping you, this limiting belief of, oh, I can't create that, or I can't have that, or whatever. So your limiting beliefs are going to show up really easily. That's not an issue. That's not an issue. What we really want to do is try and attune ourselves to the joy of creation. Okay. I might get through these. Oh, okay. Love and Light 2222. It's one of my, of course, because I'm like a lover of love. That's one of my favorite number sequences. Is channeling going to be something I can do? Yes. Okay. This is a fantastic question. I'm going to answer you specifically, but I want to, anyone who has this question, the answer is yes. We are all channels. And if you have this question, I would encourage you to watch a video that I created maybe a year ago at this point. So it's on my channel. I'm talking about, it says, yes, you are a channel. That's the video where I explain what channeling really is, and that all of us are channels and how that process works. Again, I also have my Learn to Channel course, which I highly recommend. And it includes, when you sign up for the Learn to Channel course, you get to join a private group within my community that's only for people who have this course, and you get to practice channeling with each other. So it's, and that's forever, as long as the group exists. Okay. So I highly recommend that. I'm going to see if I can go deeper in this. You're already doing it. You're just doing it. You're sort of like doing it in baby steps. You're not recognizing how you're already receiving guidance, and you're looking at channeling in a specific way. Okay. So let yourself watch that video. I really recommend that. That's going to be helpful for understanding this question more deeply. And I'm seeing that you're already doing it. I'm also seeing that channeled writing is going to be a really good avenue for you to enter the type of channeling that I do. If you're interested in this, that channeled writing. And at first it might feel like journaling. Okay. In my course, I have more information on channeled writing, how to open up all your clairs, how to feel safe. guidance for empaths. It's a really cool course. Okay. Universe, what messages do my spirit guides have for me right now? Oh, it's a broad question. Universe, I'm going to ask you this. Let me see. Universe, I'm going to ask you. Let me see. It's such a broad question that what is coming through is you are loved. That's always the message that our spirit guides have for us. That's not to diminish the message, because it really does come through. When it's a very broad question like that, it is truly, I would say 90% of the time, it's going to come through, you are love. You are loved. We love you. We're here. I'm going to say that is, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that's not too much of a teaser. I do have 3 questions left. Sorry, that was so brief, but that's all I'm getting with that. So the next time I do this, or if you join my membership, we can go more into depth. Okay, if you have a more in-depth question. Listen, Sunstar. Oh my goodness, I love that name. I've been focusing a lot on self-care and discovered that I lack self-love and play. Oh, this is just what I love. Okay, well, first of all, there's a really cool book that's super super duper on sale right now. Only if you purchase it through my website, by the way. If you purchase it through Amazon, it's the same price as it's always been. This is good. I want to go into this, and I can tell my energy's kind of getting a little more quiet right now, but one thing that I was really amazed by and shocked by when I started writing my book, Ecstatic Playground, when I shared it, and then also when I was writing it, but when I shared it, how many people felt very threatened by play. It was so uncomfortable for people. And in fact, people would fight me about it. Like, even energetically, people would be threatened by it. This idea that we're supposed to play. Look at the world. How can you play right now? Right? And especially for conscious, high vibrational beings on the planet who our nature is to play. It's actually just like, oh, of course I'm going to play. This is who I am. Our whole lives sometimes have been teaching us that isn't fair. How could you be playing when this person is suffering? Or when, like, there's this going on over here. Like, how it's, even if it's not overt, it's programmed into everything that we do. How dare you play? How dare you be happy when the world is fill in the blank, when I am fill in the blank, when you've got work to be done, right? So that's the predominant programming. So if you're not playing, it makes sense, and it's totally okay. It makes sense, right? So something that I write in this book, it takes a brave soul to play in a world where suffering is seen as noble. And so you're brave. You're brave to even want to open up to this. Fly in the face of reason and just play anyway. You can do it privately in your own home, right? Start out by just like having a dance party in your room by yourself.
I mean, there's all sorts of examples. I have lots of different things from pretty healthy to like sometimes not healthy, like I'm going to eat a whole pizza today or a whole box of cookies. Okay, I really do be doing that. Um so right, there's that kind of play, but there's also the play that says, "Ah, I just want to run through the mountains right now. I just want to run. I just want to laugh for no reason. I want to paint a picture. I want to I want to make $100,000." All of this is play. All of this is play. And just let it emerge. Let it emerge. And then you can do it secretly for a little while. You can just kind of do it in the privacy of your own room. It sounds like I'm talking about something else. I'm not. I mean, you can play that way too. That's a great way to play. And then eventually, like the little laughy faces, we're all adults here. Um, and then start letting people see you. Start letting people see you play. It really is okay. It's a breath of fresh air. We need it. We need it. It's not bypassing. The truth of play is that we are very present and very conscious. It's just that we're focusing on one aspect of the all that is that we actually like, that we actually prefer, where there's all these other aspects that maybe we don't like so much. We don't have to place all of our attention and focus on it. We can create, we can play. All right. Mine and thine design. Am I a somatic channeler? I feel my body is a pendulum. Yeah. I feel my body is a pendulum for my spirit team to communicate. My hands move, my head shakes or nods. I feel my energy lighten when I speak to them. Yes. Yes. I like that term, somatic channeler. Um, because what I'm going to say is, and this is something that I dive deeper into in my Learn to Channel course. I'm not trying to harp on it, but truly, everyone is a channel. And I think that this is an avenue for all of us to explore. Um, we actually enter a state that is more synesthetic. And if you haven't heard of that word, it means all of the senses blend together. Because in our human form, we think of channeling as I'm going to hear a word, it's got to happen through my ears or maybe through my head. And I'm then going to speak that word, and it's going to be in English or it's going to be in Spanish, right? We have a very linear way, and all of our senses are separated, meaning I smell things that have a smell. I taste things that have a taste. I see things that are physical. When we start to go into these outer dimensions, it actually becomes a synesthetic, ecstatic experience. So your body is, because what's really happening is you're receiving frequencies, you're receiving currents of light. So this may be predominant for you, and I love that. And all of us are all of these things. So for example, when my awakening started, I started diving into synesthesia, which is like I can smell energy or I can taste energy. My body moves when the frequencies move through it. Um, and I know that you know this. It really does feel ecstatic, doesn't it? Mine and thine design. When you let your body move with those frequencies, it feels ecstatic, because the true nature of ecstasy is that we are meant to not be so locked up. We're meant to move with the frequencies that move through us. That's our true nature, is to be ecstatic. Okay, so I went on a whole tangent. Maybe I'm doing this for a little too long, but I would say yes. And play with that. Dive into that. Let yourself go wild. Even let go of the information specifically coming through and allow yourself to just move with the frequency and see what happens. Go even farther with it. Orly, all right. And then this is the last question. I've been creating all week and up until a point where I suddenly found myself like the fool in the tarot cards. How can I path that bridge? Okay. When you're the fool, you no longer need to see a bridge. I love this is one of my favorite cards in the tarot. I don't have my cards with me. I play with cards, oracle cards, and all sorts of things. It's fun. The Fool card, in like the traditional depiction of it, it's a guy walking with a little knapsack, and he's just kind of looking up, and he's like whistling, and he's got one foot ready to just walk right off a cliff. So when we are really in those Fool energies, we recognize that the bridge is an illusion, and we've never needed the bridge anyway. So we don't need those fail safes to keep us safe. We're always safe. We're always walking in that Fool consciousness. We are, again, I feel like I'm really doing a lot of like 80s references today. Maybe this is from the 90s. What is it? Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's one of those movies with Harrison Ford where he takes some sort of artifact, and he's running through this like underground cavern. Do any of you remember? And by the way, in the chat, let's just like flood the chat with all the different ways that you play. I want to hear it. Share with me how you play. All right, so yes, muscle testing is channeling. It's also telekinesis. The boundaries and the words, it starts to blend. It all starts to blend. Okay. So if you're asking, am I doing it? The answer is yes. All right. So when we are, so this movie, Harrison Ford, and he's running up and he's like trying to get away from the bad guys who are trying to take this artifact, from him. And he walks up and he's like at this cliff edge. Okay. And Indiana Jones. Yeah, it's one of the Indiana Jones. Thank you. And there's like this edge, and he throws some like sand over the edge, and it just goes down. It doesn't land for like he counts to like 27 or something. So it's a deep chasm. And he reads in his little handbook, he's like, oh, there's supposed to be a bridge here. So what he does is he closes his eyes and he takes a step, and he sees that there's an invisible bridge. Well, he doesn't see, he feels it. And he walks across the invisible bridge. Silly walk, like from Monty Python. I love it. Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to finally jump into the comments here. Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. I worked with some rape yesterday, as it tends to just kind of make me a little. You guys tend to get that a lot. All right. Playing the invisible bridge thingy. Yes, exactly that, Stephen. So we'll close it out with that. This is how we do it. We navigate it by recognizing there is no bridge. We've never actually, it's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. Any limitation is an illusion, because so is the thing that you're manifesting. So might as well play with what you want to create. Okay. All right. I'm going to read how you guys play. I walk and talk to trees, bugs, everything. I'm weird. Yay, you're in the right place. dancing, playing on the playground and swinging on the swings. Me too. Hi, Stacy. Am I yelling at you guys? Let's see. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Okay. I kind of want to watch that again. I think I might watch that. Play with pastels, crayons, singing, movement. Oh, and Stella, your little kitty. By the way, tell your cat I said hi and that I love her, because tuning into her frequency is like felt so good. She is such a sweetheart. My hands and arms started moving around by a flowing energy while you were answering my question. It is ecstatic. I was wondering what my guides wanted me to know. Play with it. Play with it. Sometimes when we go into channeling, we're looking for information when really what we're going for is a frequency alignment. And questions actually disappear when we get into those really high frequencies. And often, so like my friend Chris is here, and I channel with other people. Often I'll channel with people because if I get into a high enough frequency, I don't have any questions and I need someone else to ask me questions, right? If I've got something specific I'm looking at. That's why I formed the channeling practice community so that you could all practice with each other, because yeah, those realms, there's not really questions. It just is, and it's beautiful. All right. I'm going to read through these questions later. That dangerous metal thing with all the metal bars. Oh, the whirly thing. I love the whirly playground thing. Oh my God. I think they outlawed it on like every playground, but the thing that it just goes faster and faster, and you feel like you're going to fly off into the moon. I love that thing, even as an adult. How many of you love to spin around in circles? I used to teach hanging with this community as my play. I concur. I dream of alien spaceships. Same, 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 same. I have a video that I'm going to be doing soon about exploring all the different types of spaceships, the different ways that they look, how we might perceive them. I'm going to do a deep dive. So love, love, love that. How do we receive a one-on-one? So there is a link in my description box below this video where you can schedule a session. So like I said at the beginning of this, my one-on-one coaching, so that's long-term, working with me longer term, that is on sale right now. And I also have single question channeling, which is where once you make the purchase, you submit your question. There's a way to do that. And then I send you a voice note. And one-on-one channeling session, which is a video call for 30 minutes. All right. So just kind of depends on how you want to do it, but those are the ways. And also, like I said, my YouTube membership, I'll be going into the weekly deep dives around the energy, and you can ask more questions in there. Yes. Spinning is a spiritual practice in Konya, a way to connect with the divine in the body. It is the whirling dervishes. And I've seen information about the whirling dervishes, about how they enter a trance state. So cool. So cool. All right, my loves. Cooking is also a beautiful way to play. I need you in my life, Sarah. I've just never been able to really get that into it. Anyone who knows me knows that I cook like a bachelor. It's sometimes not good. I've learned a little bit. Okay, my loves. Wow, it's been an hour and a half or more, and I am having a hard time drawing myself away from this. Join one of the really cool things that I mentioned. I'm very excited to be offering all those things. Excited to connect with you. in person, online, all the things. Oh, yeah, I see you're signed up for the Boulder event. Super cool. Super cool. Oh, it'll be a beautiful group, and I'm excited for that. All these different events. And don't be nervous, by the way. Don't be nervous. That's silly. Not to poo poo on anybody's emotions, but I'm a human. And it's going to be a great time. So I love you all. Join in on all of the fun things, and I will see you. Actually, if you're part of the membership or even just part of this YouTube channel, I will see you tomorrow for my weekly live. All right. Alien ships. Yeah. Lewis. Okay. I'm really going to go. I love you guys. Thank you for the donations too. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you. Um, don't remember the other person's name. Let me look. Where is it? Y'all have been active in the chat. I have to scroll up quite a bit. Year of the Fire Horse. That's right. And let me read this comment from Jesse. Thank you for being here, Allison, and bringing so many beautiful souls together. Thank you for being a beautiful soul. I love you. Okay, my loves. I'll see you soon.